this makes no sense, right? Gen Z is obsessed with the like late 90s and early 2000s, and a generation born into the hyper digital world is inexplicably drawn to the pixelated pre-internet era before Y2K. So we're unraveling this paradox of Gen Z's obsession with a past they didn't get to live through, exploring how something seemingly similar yet undeniably chaotic vibes of the early 2000s and late 90s offer a unique comfort and connection for today's very young digital natives. So there's three kind of concepts here that I think could apply, right? And it's the pre-social media promise, right? Exploring the allure of this era before we had digital scrutiny, and again, kind of going back to the pre-show, that curated online persona that basically almost everyone now has to maintain, right? So we'll start there. Do you think that that's the primary draw, or is that just kind of like a side effect?
So I have a question about this. Is this like more than previous generations? Because I feel like every generation kind of idolizes an older generation.
So I would say this. Um, I would say that no, because I kind of going through the 90s and early 2000s myself, I don't remember, at least not that deeply, like, no, like, we didn't. I don't remember, like, idolizing a previous generation in the 90s, right? None of us were trying to be in, like, the 70s, or we didn't want to go back to the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't the idea, right? So I don't think it's a factor of just every generation kind of, idolizing the one before them. So I don't think that's it. Right? Again, I'm wondering if it has more to do with people, again, it's the not being, not having to be constantly online that maybe Gen Z is a little more obsessed with. Do you think that that could be it?
I mean, I guess. But yeah, they can just like suck it up and get over it. Like, yeah, it was amazing. You missed out on a great time. So suck it, nerds.
That this is now Jay's official like yelling at a cloud moment of why children, why bad children. Um
Oh god.
all right, so idea number 2 is it's analog comfort in a digital world, like that the more tangible technology like flip phones and big bulky cameras and stuff like that offer a sense of nostalgia for that less connected past. I do think that this may have something to do with what's going on with like why vinyls have had another big resurgence lately, right? Do you think we're on something there? I'm just curious.
Um, yeah, yeah, I think and I think it's also just like so drastically different from today's world if you think about it. Like night and day. Um like pre-internet time is way different from now.
Like that
And yeah,
emergent internet time.
yeah. Like because things were a lot simpler. I mean think about it. Like no one could call you and be like, "Where are you?" You just fucking showed up at places whenever the fuck you showed up, or you just didn't show up. And people are like, "Oh well, well,
I mean,
well."
I had a beeper at one point when I was like 15, maybe 14, 1997, 1998. So I did have a beeper. So, if you happen to have a quarter, you could call my beeper number and beep me if you were out and about. Right. But that was like the closest we got to like hyper connected. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And again, also the final kind of idea here is investigating the excitement around emerging tech kind of at the turn of the millennium, before we knew how all this cool tech that we were just starting to kind of get our hands on, right? Like, was going to be our horrible, horrible downfall.
Yeah. Um uh Again, another coworker of mine today at lunch said the CEO of ChatGPT like basically was like, "Oh yeah, like we reached the point of no return where we are going to like quickly evolve all of this shit and we're all going to die." I'm paraphrasing her who paraphrased, "Oh, we got a disconnection error. Oh, it came back." Okay. Anyways, and I think that's it. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this is impeding doom." But we also had that like Y2K moment, which was really kind of funny in hindsight, looking back. But I don't know.
Again, I find it deeply fascinating that, like, certain stuff I understand, right? Like, and this is, God, I'm about to sound about 1,000 years old. Here we go. I understand Gen Z's obsession with our music because I'm sorry, 90s and 2000s music just is superior to what is coming out today. It just is, right? I've even seen TikTok trends about this where they're like, oh my God, will skinny white boys get back in a garage so we can have, like, from the suburbs get back in a garage so we can have some good pop punk again? Because it's all gone now. What the hell? Come on, people. That's what we need. All right. So will you guys please like get back into the thing? Okay. Um,
Yeah.
and I again, the music thing, I get it, right? But like flip phones and digital cameras and all the other stuff, I mean, all right, the one that I really don't get is the fashion. I'm sorry. It's not that good. It wasn't that great. Honestly, fashion since the turn of the century has gotten really, really boring.
Like fashion now is boring compared to what we had in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But also the fashion that we had, again, the 90s went through a really weird, like very rapid fire, like set of phases, right? Like early 90s, it was uh, all the neon and super hyper bright colors. And then we got into like the grunge and the punk era in the mid 90s. And then it got all like super clean cut and kind of the pre-metrosexual kind of revolution that happened in the late 90s when everybody went all like short hair and clean cut and everything else, like that kind of stuff. You know, YouTube chat saying the 90s was comfort, right? Nothing is safe online. Everyone's trying to steal our crap. Tech is rolling backwards in direct response to the crap, right? Like everything just kind of sucks. Like not only are we not keeping up with it, but it's just kind of, everything's just kind of crap now. We're developing too fast.
Yeah. There's an interview I watched. I forgot who, might have been Dave Grohl. I don't think it was, but someone on that level. They talked about growing up in Washington, and he was like, look, we would come home from school and it's raining. It's raining almost every single day. So like we would just get our friends together and play music in the garage. Mm-hmm. And that's just what we did because like there was nothing else to do. And yeah, so not Seattle, right? But like, you know, Aberdeen or something.
Yeah, well, that's where they were from.
Nothing to do.
Yeah, really nothing to do out in Aberdeen. Jesus.
So, like, yeah.
So I don't know. I do find it, again, genuinely fascinating that Gen Z is, for whatever reason, very, very obsessed with the 90s and kind of that Y2K era. Like, I don't know. Let us know down in the comments below. Why do you think Gen Z? Are you Gen Z? Do you have a weird, unhealthy obsession with the 90s? Tell me all about it.